guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious Greek yogurt. It is so good. Let's get started. Alright guys, for today's recipe you're going to need a gallon of milk. I chose fat-free, but you can definitely do full fat. A half a cup of yogurt or yogurt starch. I just like to choose these little cups here when I'm starting my yogurt for the first time. You just want to make sure that it says live and active cultures on it. So, and no flavoring, any of that. You will also need cheesecloth. Now this is a fine mesh cheesecloth. I'll link it below. So you're going to start by putting your gallon of milk in your pot. We're going to put it on low to medium-low heat. You do not want this milk to burn, so I would say about like a 2 or 3 depending on your stove. And we're going to let this get to a boil, a slow rolling boil to 185 degrees. It will take anywhere from 40 to 55 minutes, so just keep an eye on it. Put your lid on it and just kind of walk away and let it get up to temperature to 185 degrees. While that's doing that, you're going to open up your yogurt start and set it on the stove. We want this to warm up as well because we don't want to put that cold yogurt in this warm solution. Alright guys, so Rise wanted to say hi on this video. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my lid off and grab my thermometer and go ahead and check the temperature of this. We want it to be at about 185 degrees. You can barely tell in here, but you can see some smaller bubbles in there. It is just now starting to boil. That's all we need. We do not need to burn this milk. It just needs to get up to 185 degrees. So mine is up there. I went ahead and turned my temperature off. And do you see this little bit of scum that's at the top of my milk that I'm moving around with my thermometer? If you have that, grab a spoon, grab something and get that scum out, because if that is left in there, it will kind of create like some hard, crunchy pieces in your yogurt. So if you don't have it, awesome. If you do, just get a spoon and scoop it off. It's not that big of a deal. So now we are going to go ahead and transfer this yogurt into an ice bath. So get a bowl, ice and water, and set that pot on the inside and just stir this milk very, very well. We're going to get this milk down to the range between 110 degrees Fahrenheit and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So just keep removing the water from this ice bath and putting more ice in until your milk gets down to that level. It really doesn't take that long, about 10 minutes normally. You just want to make sure you're stirring it constantly so it's cooling it evenly. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and check the temperature on mine because it is almost to that range. I've got one of the old school thermometers, so you just want to make sure that you hold that in the center of that milk for about 15 to 20 seconds so it really gets a good read. But once again, that goal is 110 degrees Fahrenheit to 90 degrees. Anywhere in that range, we are good to go. So my milk has made it in that range, and I'm going to go ahead, take this pot out of the bowl and get a separate bowl, a whisk, and my starter. So go ahead and put that starter in a separate bowl and then add a few cups of the warm milk into this bowl as well and just whisk it until all of the chunks are out of this starter. We're just trying to make it really nice and smooth so it'll mix really well in this pot. So once you've done that, then go ahead and transfer this entire starter into your large pot and just give it a nice mix there. Just make sure there's no clumps from your starter in there at all. Just stir it really well. Once you've done that, then go ahead, put your lid on this pot, and we are going to let this sit in our oven with the light on for 8 hours. You can go overnight. 9 hours or so, but just make sure that light is on because that's going to give the temperature that we need. So it's been 8 hours now, and we're going to go ahead and pull our yogurt out of the oven, and let's take a look at it. Alright, so our yogurt is done. in just a second you'll see me swirl this around. See that little bit of fluid on top? That is actually the whey. The yogurt is going to be basically one solid, looks like yogurt, and you're going to have a little bit of whey on top. So at this point in time, this is plain yogurt. It is completely done. You could eat it just like this, just strain the whey off. But we're wanting to make Greek yogurt today. So Greek yogurt is basically, it's just strained yogurt. It's thicker, more of that whey is pulled off. So this next process is actually what makes it Greek yogurt. So I've just sliced my yogurt up into cubes. It makes it a little bit easier when you go to pour it in. And then I've got a really large stock pot and a steaming strainer that fits in that stock pot. This is what I like to use to strain my yogurt. So it's only a few inches deep, so my yogurt fits in there really nicely. But it's got plenty of room to strain. So all we're doing here to make Greek yogurt is just straining that whey off for a few hours. You can suspend it in like a pitcher. I've seen people do it like that, but I use the stock pot. It's super easy. So line your strainer with cheesecloth and pour your yogurt in. Once you've done that, just tie it up, and we're gonna let this sit in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Alright, so I just pulled this out of the refrigerator and out of that pot and moved it into a separate bowl. And we're going to open it up now and take a look at it. I will link this cheesecloth down below because it is that finer grit cheesecloth. That way you can purchase it. But let's take a look at this. Homemade yogurt is so creamy and so delicious and rich and thick. I'm telling you, once you have made yogurt from home, you will never buy store-bought yogurt again. It is so good. But before you eat this, go ahead and scoop off about a half of a cup and put that in the refrigerator for next time. You can use this original yogurt as your starter. You don't have to ever buy store-bought yogurt ever again. Just make sure nobody in your family eats it, because mine has a tendency to do that. Any yogurt they see in the refrigerator, they've got to eat it. So just scoop some of this off and top it with some of your favorite things. I like to do honey and granola. I will link my granola video in the cards, and let's take a closer look at this yogurt. Alright guys, so that's how you make Greek yogurt. It's super easy and delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, be sure and like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel as I post new recipe videos every single week. I'm here to make your life a little bit easier, a little bit healthier, and definitely more delicious. I'll see you next week. Bye.